Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Outsole Brothers channel. And the Curry 10 has been unveiled. So Steph Curry was seen playing in the Under Armour Curry 10, and yes, we've been getting a lot of leaks. We've got the leaks of the Kyrie Infinity and a lot of other shoes like the Zoom Freak 4, the Harden Volume 7, the Jordan 37. Lots of shoes coming out, super excited for those. But before we get into the Curry 10, we do have some tech specs of the Zoom Freak 4. Kind of, it's out in Korea or in Asia, and I checked their website, and yeah, we kind of have the tech specs for it, which is kind of weird, right? So as far as the price goes, it's going for 149,001, which is approximately $115 or US dollars. So it's probably going to be around 110, 120 bucks, probably 110 bucks, right? Or no, probably 120 bucks actually. And the Zoom Freak 4 in this colorway, still not a huge fan. I really don't like the pattern on the Nike swoosh either. But remember how I was very curious on what the foam is? The foam is actually a very special foam called Phylon. So yeah, it says here in Korean, it says Pylon, that's kind of like the Korean pronunciation. That's how they spell it. Where does it say it? It says it right here, injected? it says injected. It literally injected pylon. So yeah, it's injected phylon. And yeah, I mean, that's not very nice. I mean, they've given us soft phylon before, so maybe it'll be soft, and in all the pictures that we've seen, especially with Giannis wearing it, there were a lot of compression marks. So maybe it's like a softer Phylon, but still it's Phylon, and it's not React or Cushlon or anything. So I'm kind of very sad about that. And also we can still see the zoom pods kind of like exposed on the bottom of the shoe on the outsole, right? And it does look like it's bottom loaded. If you see from the side, it definitely does look bottom loaded. So the zoom units also probably aren't going to be that nice in the forefoot. And then the materials look like crap. So hopefully, I don't know, I don't really have a whole lot of hope for the performance of the shoe, right? I mean, it could still probably be pretty damn nice, but the cushion doesn't look very nice and the material quality looks very, very cheap. Hopefully the traction's nice though. The traction looks very aggressive as far as the pattern goes. Not very durable though. The grooves look super thin, right? But yeah, there is the tech specs of the Zoom Freak 4 there. And also we have some very nice pictures of the Nike Zoom GT Cut 2.0, right? So shout out to Bruce SHIH Studio, right? So we have some really nice pictures. I mean, he takes some really nice pictures. And yeah, here's the Zoom GT Cut 2.0, right? Definitely a downgrade in my opinion as far as aesthetics go, but it looks like an upgrade as far as the tech goes, especially the cushion, right? So the traction looks very aggressive. I like that. And in the forefoot, we have a really large herringbone traction pattern. And also for the materials, it looks like a throwback to like a knit material, right? But also in like the toe box, it looks super thin. It kind of reminds me of Leno weave just a tiny bit, but it's not as open of a weave, of course. But yeah, I mean, it looks super thin and very well ventilated, which I like. And then for the cushion, we can also see the hex, like the bottom loaded hex zoom unit in the heel, which is super nice. And we can also see a drop in, React midsole. And we already know that it's a full length zoom strobo unit underneath that React. We can see the drop in midsole right next to the shoe. And then we can see the tongue and the logo, and yeah, it's overall, it looks like a pretty good looking shoe, but definitely not as good as the original. But I do like the exposed foam in the heel. And also, the material does definitely look like an upgrade. It just looks like a basic running shoe, to be honest though, right? So there is the Zoom GT Cut 2.0. And also, before we get into the Curry 10, we have another leak of Anthony Edwards wearing the BYW 3.0. Right, so cool, I guess. Shout out to Step Back Kicks for this. It's a potato quality picture, so can't really tell what's going on, but it does look like a BYW, and it does look like, I don't know, it just has that Adidas design to it, you know what I mean? Like a crazy, it kind of looks like a why not with the spikes though in the midsole, kind of coming up from the outsole, but it definitely does look like the BYWs, right? So there's that, and also there was someone wearing the Curry 1 Flotro. And as far as the fit goes, the fit looks really bad in the toe box. As you guys can see, the toe box looks super scrunched up. So hopefully it's not too roomy in the toe box, but it does have, I mean, it doesn't even look like it has the anafoam upper anymore. The upper looks very different. So is this even the Curry one? You know what I mean? Obviously it's a low cut, so it's not the original Curry one. It's the Curry one low, right? But they're just calling it the Curry one Flotro as far as all the leaks goes, right? And they're using the Flow outsole slash midsole, which is a good thing and a bad thing. I mean, look at all the shoes that already have pretty much the same exact thing. You know what I mean? Like when the Curry 8 came out, it was amazing. The traction is top tier, amazing bite. And then of course they reused or recycled it here in the Curry 4 Flotro, which isn't a bad thing, but also it's like, it's getting kind of old, you know what I mean? Same thing here in the Curry 9. The Flow outsole like pattern is a little bit different, but it's very similar. And as far as the cushion goes, it's also pretty much the same, you know what I mean? And we can see the mid-foot chain plate on the bottom of the outsole as well. And now moving on to the Curry 10, right? So Steph Curry actually confirmed that this was a Curry 10. And also there was a video of his daughter opening up the shoe as well. So we kind of have like a really potato quality picture of the outsole as well. But yeah, it looks very similar to the Curry, actually the Curry 9. I mean, it has that ripple effect in the heel, but the pattern looks a little bit different, but to be honest, it looks very similar. And as far as the mid-foot chain plate goes, here in the Curry 8, you know, it was just like what is this, like a parallelogram kind of shape, right? And then here in the Curry 9, we had 2 triangles, and then here in the Curry 10, it looks like we have an X for 10, which is pretty cool. And we can also see the Under Armour logo on the mid-foot chain plate. And then as far as the upper goes, the upper looks pretty nice. You know, it looks like it looks pretty similar to the, I believe this was called the Warp upper, right? Here in the Curry 9, but not as much stitching, and it looks a little bit cleaner as well. Like here in the Curry 9, it looks a little bit messy, you know what I mean? And as far as the paint goes, it doesn't look like there's any type of material. I thought there was, maybe for extra support or something, but it just looks like it's painted, right? So that's a pretty cool design. It looks pretty cool. And then there actually is an external heel counter, which is pretty interesting. There's also the Curry logo on that. And as far as the cushioning setup goes, so a lot of you guys were speculating maybe they're using micro G or maybe a different type of foam, but I don't think it is, just because here in the Curry 9, as you guys can see, and also in the other colorways, they just painted the midsole right here, right? And I mean, it looks nice, you know what I mean? And there are some speckles here in the Curry 9 and the Curry 10. There are some speckles as well, but that's what I'm guessing that they did. I'm guessing they just painted the actual Flow midsole, and I don't think they used a different like foam. I could be wrong. I mean, it would be nice if they did, but I don't think they did. I think it's just paint. And as far as like the lateral counters go, I mean, it definitely looks a little bit better than the Curry 8 and the Curry 9. Actually, no, it looks pretty similar to the Curry 8, but it looks like it comes up a little bit more in the midfoot area as far as like a sidewall goes for a lateral counter, which is a good thing, of course. And the material overall looks super thin, you know, and of course, I mean, Currys have always been light. The Curry 8 is super light. It's like 10 ounces. Yeah, 10.62 ounces, super light. And same thing with the Curry 9, 10.19 ounces. So the Curry 10 is probably going to be very light as well. So yeah, that's just all Currys. You know, super responsive and lightweight shoe. The tongue looks actually pretty well padded, pretty similar to the Curry 9 actually. And we also have a very high heel tab. One thing that I hope that they did, which they probably didn't, is make the step-in comfort nice. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know, guys. I mean, Flow to the touch is still like not the softest foam. You know what I mean? And I wish they would make Flow a little bit more comfortable. You know what I mean? A little bit softer or something like that. I wish they would use it as in like the Wow 10. You know what I mean? I really love that shoe's like cushioning setup with the soft like mesh strobo board. It's so soft for underfoot cushioning that, you know, like if you look at the actual strobo board in the Curry 9, it's a very stiff strobo board. It's not that soft. And the insole also isn't that nice either. So yeah, either that or even like the Harden Volume 6 even, you know what I mean? With the holes in the strobo board to make it softer for step and comfort. Just because, you know, Curry's have always had really crappy cushion, like really responsive and low to the ground cushion, which is good. But as far as like softness goes and comfort, it's not that nice. You know what I mean? I do like how it looks though. It looks amazing. You know what I mean? I feel like it looks better than the Curry 8 and the Curry 9. I really like the midsole design as well. It looks like an actual shoe. You know what I mean? Like it looks like there's an outsole and then a midsole like most shoes have. As opposed to like, you know, just the Curry 8 and the Curry 9 where it looks like it's just like the outsole is part of the midsole, you know what I mean? So I do like that design as well, and I do like the paint. Like the four lines that kind of slant towards each other. Like it's a great looking shoe and I really like this colorway as well. But as far as the performance goes, it'll probably perform exactly the same as the Curry 8 and the Curry 9. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Are you guys sick of this design? I mean, they gave us the Curry 4 Floatro and they're also giving us the Curry 1 Floatro, which it's not even the Curry 1. It's not even using the anafoam and it's not even using the midsole and outsole, you know what I mean? So are you guys sick of the Flow midsole and outsole? Even though it performs really well as far as the traction goes and like the cushion isn't that nice, and I wish it would be a little bit better, but it's good for responsiveness and court feel, right? So are you guys sick of this? Like 3 years in a row and like 2 other shoes? Or do you guys like the fact that it's, it performs well, and if it ain't broke, why fix it, right? Which boat are you guys on? I feel like I'm in both. You know what I mean? I love how it performs, but I kind of want to see something different as well. You know what I mean? But anyways, those are the leaks of the Curry 10. I feel like it looks amazing, especially comparing it to the Curry 8 and 9. Tell us your thoughts down in the comment section below, but that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.